The rain didn't stop them. It was their duty, and in that spirit, a bearer party of BDF soldiers marched up Albert Street and around St. John's Anglican Cathedral. The cortege proceeded through the pelting rain up to the gates of the House of Culture, up the steps, and into the former state dining room of Dame Minita's former residence, where she now lies in state. And with a violin quartet providing a hauntingly beautiful ambiance, Dr. Dame Elmira Minita Gordon, the first woman in the Commonwealth to rise to the rank of Governor General, rested upon a catafalque covered by a black pall. Here, she was paid last respects by some of the country's highest-ranking officials, among them women, for whom she helped to pave the way.
One of my fondest memories of her is when she used to walk down with a nice big handbag over her elbow, her right arm, and she wore bright colors and a big broad brim hat, and she would go about her business quietly, but with the kind of dignity that I believe in Belize we need to emulate today.
This morning's ceremony was a stately and ceremonious event with government and municipal leaders, opposition members, the teachers' union leader, and the most important guests, the late Governor General's siblings. Her sister and caretaker in her last years, Kelora Franklin, spoke to us and shared some of what gave Dame Minita her drive.
She had a heart of gold. Dame Minita was the eldest of a family of 6 children. She was kind, loving, caring, and she was also a mentor for the rest of us. With her motivation and the drive she had to excel, she passed that on to us. And we also had that drive to do our best and to excel. Whatever we needed to do, we could look to her to motivate us, to advise us, and to do whatever deemed necessary to make sure that we were successful. I remember kissing her every day and telling her how much I love her. And I told her, thank you for being my sister, for being my mentor, for being my teacher, and for being my friend. And because I told her I loved her every day, several times during the day, one day, because she did have a sense of humor, and so one day when I said, I love you, sister, and then I would call her Sister Dame, I love you, and she would say, don't I know it? My sister adopted the motto, aim high. Aim high. And she had that written on all of her books, aim high. And that's what she did. So as she went through her education, she didn't stop until she got her PhD. And whatever she did, it was always her best. She was very involved in Girl Scouts until she rose to the position of commissioner. Also the Red Cross. And she opened several links of Red Cross. Whatever she was involved in, she made sure that it was her best efforts.
And Dame Minita's best efforts were far from selfish. She held a firm belief in advancement through education and made a point of paying it forward.
And those who couldn't afford it, my sister would give scholarships for them to go to high school. Not only pay for tuition, but those who needed books or clothing, she would supply those so that the young people could get an education.
An extraordinary woman with a gracious heart, who today was honored with all of the pomp and ceremony befitting her station and her singularity. A Black Belizean woman, head of state in 1981.
My family would have been proud. And my brother and I, we represent the family. And we're proud. And I was reminiscing about the things I heard she did in Belize and some of the things that I participated in. For example, when the Queen visited Belize in 1985, I flew to Belize and I participated in all the activities. I just felt thankful to God and thrilled that someone who was my sister had given so much of herself, first to God, family, and the country. She was with me for the last 4 years of her life. And I heard her pray for the children of Belize. I would hear saying, God, please bless the children of Belize. God, please bless Belize. Not just one time, but over and over, even though she was now getting down. But she didn't just pray for herself. She prayed for Belize, and she prayed for the children and the people of Belize. And that touched me. She loved her country dearly. And I'm just very, very proud of my sister. And I'm thankful that I was a part of her life. She was a part of my life. She was a part of all our lives.
Cherise Halsall, 7 News.